Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Free Akashic Records readings. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. I'm Ernesto. I'm your host. I'll be with you here for the next hour or so. And Loretta, are you there on the line with me? Can you hear me right now?
I'm here and I'm ready.
Outstanding. So it looks like that we have quite a busy show, and I want to let everybody know that we do have some calls in queue. So the way that this is going to be working, just to let you guys know that while we get set up with the introduction here, we are going to get off to our phone lines right after that and start taking your phone calls for your questions. If you would like to jump to the front of the queue, go to paypal.me/Uranus Happens. The show is, or that link is in our YouTube page description, and you can purchase in front of the line pass for $10. But as of right now, our call queue will be area code 509, followed by 773, followed by 310, and followed by area code 213. So we have all four of you, and we will get off to you in just a moment here. But if you would like to change it, or if your question is so burning that you have to be at the front and you need to get to that taken care of right now, just remember you can purchase that front of the line pass and we'll get you taken care of. Just be sure to leave your phone number for a callback so that way I know who to get a hold of when we get to that part of the show. Now, Veretta, for this half of the week, for what's happening, I know we just had a marvelous 420 a couple of days ago where everybody was into all of that big relaxation energy. What is it that we need to know for this half of the week that's coming up between now and our next show on Wednesday?
Okay, so between Sunday and Wednesday, it may take a lot of might to get things done. Might being you may feel pretty puny or you're not really motivated. You don't have a lot of interest in doing what needs to be done. And it's going to take a might on your part, meaning it's really going to take all you've got to make it happen. And even if you don't like what it is, you're still going to need to tap somebody's resources for help or extra energy. It feels like it feels like we will be feeling like we're pushing a ball uphill, and that it doesn't really matter, but we can't stop because the minute we stop, it rolls right down on us. So it's going to be a very tiring next few days for sure.
Okay, so it's tiring, it sounds like. Just want to let you know that your audio is just a little bit low, so if you could get on a headset or something like that, then we can fix that. Just to make it a little bit more clear.
Yeah,
So, other question is, so when we're all dealing with that thing, that whatever it is that thing is, it could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be a job even, that's unpleasant, that's just sort of like the emotional cancer in our life, but we sort of have to keep that thing around because it's a structure that we just need to have because maybe it pays our bills or whatever reason. And whether if that's because we BS ourselves into believing that's true or not, it doesn't matter. How the heck do we make friends with the dragon in the room in that situation?
one step at a time. Literally, you have to set goals that look like they're, oh, I can do that, 4 or 5 all at once kind of thing. So when it comes to dealing with that dragon in the room, as you say, it takes a little bit all the time. So you kind of just have to pick and choose your battles, decide what hill you're willing to die on, meaning will it go your way, and if it doesn't, are you ready to jump off the cliff? And just let it happen organically, because honestly, there's not a lot of push in this to make it happen. It just has to kind of play out when it's right.
Yeah, and when we're at the point like you described earlier that this first half of the week here, it's just going to be like we need to have that might or that push to get things done. When we're dealing with like we need to have divine might in our life because we're just sort of out of steam. At that point, we're really just sort of behaving viscerally. We're just doing whatever's going to stick on the wall because we are so out of it, so out of sorts that all that we really have left is just what comes unconsciously to us. That's what a visceral reaction is, like a knee jerk, right? It just kind of happens. So if we're reacting and behaving to our environment, which is that visceral reaction, then that means, I really don't even have a counterpunch planned. I am so wiped out. I am so worn out from everything that all I can do is just sit here and wait for it to come, and then we'll see what happens then. And I may not do a good job of it, but it's a heck of a lot better than if, me wasting time on these projections in the future that aren't going to come true. So that's
why you got to do it one step at a time, for sure.
Yeah, So that one step at a time, that really becomes helpful here, because when you just don't have it in you anymore and you can't go on, then that's just when we have to pull and draw from other sources, and then that one step at a time, that's where it all comes in.
Yeah. And honestly, when we look at things in a situation, we see it as a whole, and we lump other things in. And so our best bet is to compartmentalize whatever it is that task is that we just don't have the mindset to get over, then be done with it. We kind of put it on a shelf. We never let it go anywhere. We don't put it in a box. We just put it on a shelf that says, okay, well, I'm done with all the other things I said I was going to get done first. So now I guess I need to look at the damn thing. This is staring me down. Picture in your mind what the offset will be. What's the payment? What's the payout? Is there anything that's going to benefit you from getting whatever this is done? And if you say yes, and you're just procrastinating needlessly, then you got to look at the other countermeasures, counterparts to this yes. Are there other people involved that you really don't tolerate well? Is it in a place that you don't like to go? You look at all these things, but you have to do it one step at a time, because to overlook everything, overthink everything, you get too much. You're overwhelmed. And even if you've tried this, you tried to do something with this effort, or you tried to do something with this issue to manage, it just doesn't seem to get done, because you're looking at it as a whole. Put it back down to the little minutiae, so you're looking at it as a whole, and that you can start with overall and take one step at a time, and get it done.
On that note, we are actually going to get off to our phone lines here, and we're going to start our calls with area code 509. But just before we do that, I want to let you know that if you're watching live on Facebook or YouTube or whatever stream you're catching us from, be sure to give us a call here on the show directly. That's going to be at area code 319-527-6071. Again, that'll be for about the next hour or so, or until 11 o'clock Arizona time that we'll be here. And if you do want to buy a friend of the line pass, just cut the call queue, because we do have quite a few people who are waiting right now. Then you can go to paypal.me/Uranus Happens, donate $10 to the show stream, and that jumps you straight to the front, and we'll get you taken care of. Now, on that note, let's go ahead and get off to our caller here. Just a moment. I think there is something very freaky. All right, here we go. Well, I am so sorry. So it looks like that I have some unfinished business from our show from a while ago. And here we go. Let me do that one more time. Yeah, so we're going to catch up with Jessica. I am so sorry to our caller from area code 509. We're going to catch up with you in just a moment. I have some unfinished business from a previous show. So let's catch up with you right now. Jessica, hi, are you there on the line with me? Can you hear me?
Yay! Thank you, Ernesto. That's awesome.
Perfect. I'm so glad you jumped in when you did, because I was just about to go off and take our phone calls, and then I saw that you came back, and I remember that I owed you a friend of the line pass from our last show when I cut you off. So I'm so glad that you got in when you did.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Sure. So now,
Yeah,
Jessica,
I wanted to touch base with you guys. I just I'm in transition again. I ended up leaving that job that I was talking to you about like maybe a month or so ago. And I'm in my new place, but I've been here for a couple of months, and I think I'm going to be moving also from this place. So I just wanted to see like what was coming up, most immediately for me. So.
All right, Veretta, what you got for Jessica here?
All right, Jessica. I don't remember what we said before with our other shows. I don't really ever record anything in my subconscious that keeps it in my brain. So I'm only going to go by what I'm feeling now. I feel like I want to start to generate some energy toward the place where you're living. So I don't think you're going to leave right away where you're living right now. I do think that it was a temporary stepping stone to get you where you're going to be. Um, so I believe that you are going to be living, but you're going to stay present for a little while. Now, the job is not something, you'll see that you didn't need that job anyway. It's not something you need to cry about. I feel like the job is something that, it's going to give you perspective on something. And then once you agree with whatever that perspective is, then you're on your way to something else. I don't know if this is a different style of work or a different topic of work for you as far as subject, but it feels to me like you've either done it before or you've had experience with it. But I think the placement of where you're at is going to possibly come first. So having the fact that the placement's not going to leave you for not maybe 30 a month, 2, maybe even 3, you're going to be definitely compelled to want to get something to work in before that. So I would say that if it's reasonable enough for you to do a temporary something, that's your best bet right now. And so when I say temporary, I mean it's going to be something where you don't have to grow. It's not going to gain you anything. It's just going to be extra sensory perception kind of stuff for maybe the summer months. And then you're off and running again, trying to get to where you want to go. So be light with whatever you choose to do in the meantime. By that I mean be real carefree, unconnected, unattached, untethered to this. It's just a job. It's just going to bring you money, and it's going to bring you incentive to do something else. So where you're going to live ultimately will probably depend upon the job that you think you want to get, because it's either going to be a niche, like a little niche of some sort that what you're doing over and over, but it's only promoted in certain parts of the country, or it just isn't that easy to come by. So just hang in there for a few months and see what falls out, because you can have a really good couple 2 or 3 months. You really can. I'm seeing smiles on your face, a lightness in your heart. You're feeling a lot more positive or potential growth energy coming around you, and that's going to give you what you need. That's going to be your song to sing at the end of the summer. So having that been said, I don't know what Ernesto, other than the new changes that are going to be coming to you, can bring probably a little bit more detail as far as what's up. So I'll let Ernesto have you now and see what happens.
Thank you. I just want to say something about the jobs. I have been looking for these easy type jobs, that are outdoors too, like working with horses or working on a farm, or nothing has come just yet. So are you picking up anything as far as how this is gonna?
I think it's going to be word of mouth. Someone's going to drop it in your lap. I feel like it's definitely going to be. I hit the outside too. I feel like it's going to be, like working at a ranch that surprises children with rides, or, that maybe that's the go-to place for people to go when they want just to pick me up kind of thing. So whether it's horses, I don't know, carnivals, weekend fairs, marketplace fairs, I don't know. It seems to me like it'll be very fun. Sometimes not peaceful, but fun. Not peaceful meaning it's just a lot of loud talking, loud laughing, constantly go, go, go sort of thing, which isn't bad to do, and that's going to create the motivation for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Roberta, I'm curious, what do you get about San Jose or Sacramento as cities for relocating? What do you feel about Northern California?
Okay, Northern California would be great. I feel like she definitely has opportunity to come wherever these jobs are, wherever this job is located. talk about money. We got money in that potential there. So either one, San Jose, Bay Area, or Sac would be appropriate in what I can see happening.
Yeah,
I
because
think she'd have a better connection with Sac.
Jessica, I was taking a look at your chart to see what moving looks like for you. And I want to tell you that it's going to be about like June or July. That's sort of what stacks up in your chart for something like a move. So, that's about the time frame. You've got a little bit of time where you're at right now to sort of get some new ideas about the next phase of your life. As far as like the environment that you're going to be working in, I do agree that there is money, that there are people. I want to say that, the word that I want to use, and I don't and don't run the wrong way with this, is really fellowship. So that could be like a church. It could be, a compound where there's animals involved, where people are just like more self-sustaining life kind of things.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Yes,
There is some element to where like you are with other people, and this is going to be a thing that everybody is working towards a common goal. Like I don't want to say that you're going to join a cult kind of thing, but it has that sort of a it has that sort of a color to it, just without all of the negative atrocities that are associated with that. But it would be along those lines. So I would look for situations where you can be live and help. That would be something else where you would also do very well in. Something with teaching. If somebody is looking for maybe an au pair or a live-in tutor or nanny kind of thing, that would also be a situation that you would want to think about, that you would also do very well with that. So I do, as far as like the location, that's where I asked about Northern California. I don't know where you're at right now, but I feel like that would be based on your chart anyway, that's going to be a location that you would want to take a look at. So those opportunities, that'll be coming to you again more by the end of June. But between now and then, you will start to get some ideas about where you're going to be going, or some other things. Just when you're poking around online, thinking about what am I going to do with my future, just tuck things into the back of your mental filing cabinet to kind of create that life of what you want for yourself. It is coming. I want to say within the next 6 months, that metamorphosis should be complete. So this next phase of your life, you already be living that part.
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned. So I'm in Pennsylvania, and when I was saying move, I was just talking about from like where I am now. I'm living on a farm right now. I'm actually living on a very big estate, and there's other people that live here that do stuff on. It's not a working farm. It doesn't have the privacy that I wanted when I took it's nicer than how I was living. I was living in motels. You guys heard that whole story. So it's nice, but I just wanted to live somewhere else in the town, but also like it was kind of playing in my mind down the line that maybe I would leave the state. But for right now, I do have actually a lot of ideas of creating like a healing retreat that people live on. I mean, I think this is, again, down the line, but that is definitely something I want to step into. And I've been looking for opportunities like that with like-minded people. I haven't really found that just yet. So interesting that you're talking about like a really far move.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I really feel like it may seem, this may seem absolutely crazy to you. Like, how the heck am I going to make any of that ever happen? Well, you will. You'll have the means to be able to do so. It just seems absolutely bonkers right now. But give it some time to percolate and just sort of sit on it, and you'll see something, and you'll think, oh, that's something I never thought about before. That completely ruins my life, everything that I had planned for myself and what I have going right now. But that might seem okay, like you'll just know on the inside when you see something if it resonates with you, and that you'll be able to run with something or not. It'll just all of the things along the way that need to be taken care of will just click without a hitch, no problems. Everything is perfect, and that's how you'll know that you're on the right track. But I really feel like that you're looking at something more big distance, long-term planning. Like this is something you never saw coming, but this would definitely be something that you would absolutely benefit from right now.
Very nice. Okay, yeah, you mentioned a lot of the things I've been looking at, the teaching, camp counselor type thing, camp director, all those types of stuff I like. The homeschooling, I love all of that.
It
Yeah,
may
so you're
it
right
may
on.
it might even just be a temporary assignment for the summer. Be open to that too, because at least that'll give you something to do for 8 to 12 weeks, and then in the meantime you can figure out what to do after that.
Yes, that's what I want. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Perfect. Yeah, it was great to have you on the
And
show,
thanks for taking
Jessica. Be
the
sure
call.
to give us a call back and let us know how it turns out.
Will do. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. We'll catch up
Bye.
with you soon. Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, so we are going to get up to our next caller. Wow, we are really busy today. I'm really sorry to everybody here. We will get to you all, and many welcomes to Allison on the line, one of our subscribers, for joining us. Thanks for coming out and listening to us today. So we're going to get up to our next caller here. Just a moment while I pull up my notes. And that is going to be from area code 509. Hi, you're on Celestial Intersections Radio. May I have your name and date of birth, please?
Hi, my name is Erica, and my date of birth is December 4, 1993.
Okay, and Erica, what time were you born?
Did you say town?
What time?
Oh, 12:05 p.m.
Perfect. And where were you born?
The town is called Planta de Vaz in Mexico.
Oh, okay. All right.
Plal.
What state is that in? I'm just curious.
Mm,
Or is that in Spain?
I'm not really sure. It just says in Mexico.
It's in Mexico. All right. This
Yeah,
Erica, have I
state of
read you
Mexico.
before?
A while back, yes.
Yes. Yeah. So you were born by Mexico City, right?
Yes.
All right. Perfect. I do have you in the chart. I remember that you were born in an obscure location. It's great when that photographic memory kicks in. Got it. So, Erica, would you like a general reading today, or do you have a question for us?
I think I think general is fine.
Okay. All right. Would you like to look at health, love, or career, or do you want us to pick for you?
Career.
Okay, Beretta, what you got for Erica on career?
So the minute I tune into you, Erica, I get pulled in like three different directions. And I would say it's safe for me to say that those are other things other than your career. So you've actually got a plate full of questions that you want answered. And I say that because when I try to get specifically to the career, I'm blocked in many ways. And those boundaries are going to be determined upon the choices that you make, and the vices that you have that can keep you from doing whatever you want. So I can't give you, I can give you a location quicker than I can a career. Okay, so
Okay.
if I were to say, because I think all of these, I think the location is why it will depend upon what you get for your career. So I would say that you maybe are open to move. You really would like to. You like even have a reason to get out. I think that very shortly you're going to have all the energy and time that you're requested, that you think that you should have more of. It's going to swamp you to more of, as a matter of fact. And you might find it may be a little bit intimidating when it comes down to you are overrun, you're tired, you're overwrought, you don't know what to do, you can't pick up the pieces on your own, there's so many of them, because you've enjoyed a lot. So, location is going to come quicker than career. So if I were to look at location for you, I would have to say you're not going to stay where you're at. I can say that you'll also define the way or the place that you're leaving um, will be, it's like going to be easier to do when it gets really windy or really hot or it rains all the time. It's like a weather determinant factor will pop up, and that's it. I'm gone. I'm done. I'm so sick of this every year. And it doesn't even have to be the weather. It can be that kind of thing. Someone bursting a bubble all over you, or someone accusing you of doing something. It's really gonna come at a whole like, all right, that's it. I'm done. I don't even have that. I don't care that I don't have the job that I like. I'm moving, and you literally will find a job, right away after you make that fact happen. So, Ernesto, I know I probably messed you up twice here. If you're going for a career, it's going to be determined on where she moves, but maybe that can be found in the when with you. That, because that's a really big thing. That's a really big time frame. So I would say, Erica, would you, if you were to have to choose between career and location, what would you want to know first?
I think career, because like you said, I'm willing to move.
Uh-huh. All right, then go for it, Ernesto. Keep on with the career. I'll shut my mouth about whatever else I get. But you've got so much happening around you right now. So much. You're like in a whirlwind turmoil kind of thing, where you get swept up and can make things happen, and then you get yanked back down. So, let's see what Ernesto picks up for maybe helping you out with that for sure.
Okay, yeah. So, Erica, taking a look at a lot of your stuff here as far as what's happening with the career, absolutely agree that, there's the career that you're looking for, it does not exist where you are right now. So, you are going to have to move for that. Now, when I take a look at some cities of where this might be, where you might relocate to, I come up with things domestically because this listing is very obscure, like Jamaica, for example. I don't think you're going to be moving to Jamaica, the island. That seems pretty unlikely. Or Italy. I mean, Italy's beautiful, but who knows? Anyway, point is that, we're coming up with cities like Akron, Cleveland, Athens. Those are all in Ohio. We've got some things in more like upstate New York that now they're showing up here. You've got Hawaii and a couple of places, but not like, Honolulu. We're talking really obscure islands. So again, very strange things. And we do have Port Huron in Michigan. So these are all very bizarre locations. And this is something that I can definitely take a look into for you in a private, where we can break down more of those locations, since I would need to do some narrowing there. But just to give you an idea, that's sort of like some regions where you might want to look at relocating. But I do agree that there are some concerns here that the reason that you're having so many difficulties right now does have to do with the job, and that's just a byproduct or a symptom of the location that you're in. So you got to get the heck out of Dodge, and that's coming. So that this is absolutely going to be the year when you can start to address a lot of those issues. So I think that that's going to be the biggest thing as far as getting that career moving, is just getting yourself into a new location. And I do also feel that the career that you're going to be looking into, it may not last as far as, as long as what you would like. This might be something that is just temporary. It's there for a little bit and then it's gone. Like the company goes away, something freaky happens to where the job just doesn't stick the way it's supposed to. And that's okay, because that's just a stepping stone to get you to the next best company, because now you have those resume credits that you can say that you did that. So I do feel like that the company may not be the most stable, and you may even be looking at entering new industries as well, but you will be successful in whatever you do, and whatever you proceed with after that, that's something you also have some success with.
Hmm. I wanted to know, is the moving a choice, or will I be forced to move?
The moving is a choice because it predicates the career. So it's kind of like, do I want a new career? Well, if I do, then I'm going to have to move.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of what you got to ask yourself. That's sort of feeling forced into it. It's not. it's not to say that you're going to enter a situation where you're in such dire straits that you have to take a job that's outside of where you're out of your comfort zone, and then you have to upheave every element of your life to make that happen just because you need to keep a roof over your head. I don't think it's going to escalate to those levels, but again, you have to ask yourself, do I want a new career? If the answer is yes, then you have to move. Beretta, do you get that at all?
Oh, okay.
That there's nothing forced here at this point.
Well, I think that was a great question. And we can definitely, Ernesto, go into depth with that if we wanted to do like a tandem, like we offer for people where we both sit in and do a little bit of research for her at the same time, Zoom or whatever. I think that one of the things we have to remember is you do have to be proactive. And as long as you're being proactive, then no, you won't be forced out. You're going to be leaving on your terms ahead of time. But if you drag your feet and don't decide what you want to do, and that time goes by, then you're sitting there stalling for whatever reason. And yeah, you may be forced out, but you'll have so many options before that. And I think that's why if you want to get a more in-depth reading with Ernesto and I, you want a little bit more detailed place, I can definitely narrow it down in place for you. Hook up with us after the show and see what we can do to make it happen for you.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds good. I mean, I was thinking even joining the military. I have so many ideas. I would like to start a business, work from home.
Don't say anymore. Don't say anymore. If you want to, I don't want background. If you're going to have us read for you, just let us do it just like we would here on the show. Or the reality of it is in person and in Zoom, and you're getting a private reading. So
So Erica, just to let you know, we do have a subscriber special. You can hit me up through my website, and I'll invoice for you for it. I don't have a button for it to purchase it at the moment, but on my website, it is $100, and you get 30 minutes with both of us in a private Zoom consult. So it's really great if you have a lot of things that you're kind of working through, and you want me to look at a lot of different elements of your life. I can definitely prepare you like a game plan or an actionable plan for the future and sort of what's coming up ahead for you. And Beretta can take a look at a lot of different questions that you may have as well. So that's something that we offer to everybody. So we really encourage you to do that. And since you're in that transitionary phase right now, it's something that you'd probably really benefit from.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, thank you so much for the insight.
Yeah, it was great to have you on the show, Erica. We'll catch up with you real soon. Be sure to let us know how it turns out.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.
Take care, and until next time, many blessings. Okay, then. All right, so let me pull something up, and we are going to get off to our next caller here from area code 773. Just a moment here while I get set up. Got it. Let me unmute your line. Perfect. Hi. No, sorry, I messed up again. Everything is a fire. Just a moment. Okay, here we go. Area code 773. Hi, you're on Celestial Intersections Radio. May I have your name and date of birth, please?
Yeah, my name is Nancy, and it's 12463.
How funny! Our last caller has the same birth date, 12/4, just a different year.
Right.
And what time were you born, Nancy?
About 2:04 p.m.
Okay, and where were you born?
Rochester, New York.
Perfect. And Nancy, do you have a question for us today, or would you just like a general reading?
General.
Okay, would you like to look at health, love, or career?
Let's do career.
Okay, Beretta, what you got for Nancy for career?
Have I read for you before?
I don't think so.
No, Nancy's new to our show.
Yeah.
Still out of Pentacles, and so I wasn't sure I was feeling her or who connected. All right, so Nancy, bubble yourself up. Take a breath. Feel the body in your feet. So you become completely isolated from all that are around. Not that you're pushing them away, but that you've got to create a bubble and that that allows me to feel you better versus having to figure out what is yours or what is who's near you. So just take a
Okay.
breath and see that bubble complete. There we go. Oh. Which choice did you make?
I'm sorry?
What in general, which choice did you make?
Oh,
Did you give you 3 choices?
career or whatever's the most important. I don't know.
Okay, career. Okay, so I gotta be fair. I want to say I feel like if you are looking for your own thing, then be aware the struggle is going to be real. It's not that it isn't going to have some fun to it, and benefits, and positive thinking arrangements around this. A lot of creativity, but it really isn't going to do well financially. So
Okay.
there'll always be a possibility of a drain in another direction that's really going to put a lot of strain on you, whether it's in a relationship or emotionally or just just exhaustion kind of sets in because it doesn't feel like you have support in that direction. I feel like you're going to have a lot of good times, but there'll always have to be a supplemental income there.
Okay.
Now, again, I don't think overall it's going to be that bad. I think you're going to have fun. I think along the way you're going to have opportunity, though, for people that are probably going to want to see how good this is or how good you are and capitalize on that for themselves. So I want to say, Ernesto, can you check to see about, is there anything that would signify that she could benefit from being LLC'd or, I don't know, experimental in the area she's in, or to multiply with other people in the area she's in. But I think there's a lot of loopholes that have to happen. I think Ernesto would be better, Nancy, to tell you that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Because right now you've got so many tentacles. There's a lot of energy coming in, and it's reaching you. So just let me leave you with this. Pick and choose. Pick and choose those fingers that you have connected through to you on the element of, do they give as much as they take? And no matter how much you like them, I don't care how incremental it is, that if they don't give you even a little bit as much as they're willing to take, you need to let those go, baby. There's no benefit to them. None. And those are extended fingers for you. So I'll leave that with you and switch on to Ernesto.
Okay, thank you.
Nancy, are you being sued right now?
No, but it's interesting you said that. Why do you say that?
Are you embroiled in legal complications?
Well, a little bit. I'm kind of concerned that my neighbors are building on my land.
Okay, because I feel like that this is absolutely like, so if this is something this is actionable, like what you're describing, and if you were to proceed with that, if that's something that's really important to you, you would prevail. This is something that you would be successful with. So it is worth the effort if it's that important to you. As far as the career is concerned, I feel like that you're either getting into like some self-employment things or you've got like some legal issues. And those two things may be related to each other as well. And the nature of the work has something to do with finance, commerce, or economy in some way. So, I mean, these are going to be like some major standouts or problems for you. And this is just for right now. This is just a right now sort of thing. This will go away in a little bit. But I think for you, the biggest thing that you would benefit from is to handle that lawsuit regarding your property line, because I mean that's going to give you the biggest peace of mind, and I think that'll also just give you better sense of perspective or clarity about everything else in your life. Are you looking at self-employment, or are you self-employed right now?
I work for a very small business,
Okay.
but I need a side hustle because I don't make enough money. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like that this I don't want to use the word crypto because that's dangerous, and that's like something that a lot of people are very leery of anymore. But like if there is something money related that you would investing wise that you would really benefit from, that you need, that's something that needs to be added into your game. I don't know what this is exactly, so I'm just going to go under the broad term of investing. That you want to look for those types of things or side hustles. I think that you would be successful with those, and it would be something that you would do at home as well. So don't look for any jobs or things, opportunities that involve like in-person kind of stuff. You're gonna be your bread and butter is gonna come more from that virtual realm. So take a look for those things.
Okay. And is there anything weird going on with my current job?
With the current job,
Yeah.
are you worried that like you might get laid off kind of thing?
I don't know. It just seems like the energy there is weird.
It is very weird, and it's something that very much could go away too. So like a layoff, I wouldn't say is totally out of the question. That's something I'd have to take a look at a little bit more closely. But just from what I can see here, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me if something like that were to happen.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, so
Be prepared for.
really be aggressive to create yourself a backup plan, because I feel like that you could have the rug pulled from under you very quickly right now, and it would be unpleasant if that happens. So if you have a backup plan, then we can prevent a lot of those difficult conversations from happening.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I'll always try to have that. I appreciate it.
All right, for sure. Well, Nancy, It was great to have you on the show with us today. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and let us know how it turns out.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yep. Take care. And until next time, many blessings. Okay. All right. And just a moment here. Let me get caught up. And we are going to get up to our next caller here from area code 310. And I do want to say hello to our subscribers here that just joined us. Desmond, Christine, and Patricia. Thanks so much for coming out today. We're going to get off now to area code 310. And here we are. Hi, you're on Celestial Intersections Radio. May I have your name and date of birth, please?
Yes, my name is Susan, and my date of birth is 6/15/65.
6/15/65. And at what time were you born, Susan?
3:08 p.m.
And where were you born?
Central Standard Time.
Okay, where were you born?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay, Tulsa. And Susan, would you like a general reading today, or do you have a question about an issue for us?
Yeah, I have a question, actually.
What's that?
Yes, I'm getting ready to move. I just want to make sure that everything's going to work out with the townhome that I am wanting to lease.
Okay, all right, Veretta, what you got for Susan here about moving into a townhome?
All right. I don't know. If it's contingent upon something done, I think you're okay. If it's something that they're looking at to overhaul that has nothing to do with you, that may be the questions you want to be asking right now. You may want to inquire of. You may want to inquire of them if they are having work done anywhere in any way. I don't even know how to say that question.
It's actually a unit that was done, and there's more units that are going to be in construction. So I already know it's in a construction zone.
Yeah, okay. Ernesto, then why don't you give her a blueprint of action with that? Because I'm really getting that wherever she needs to go, or in regard to this, that construction is going to be very um, destructive to her. And I don't know. I don't know if it's sentimental, if it's um, the intrusive noise constantly around. Ernesto, can you tell her what that is or what that's all about? I'm not getting a full feel for why it would be so disruptive to her mentally and physically.
Okay, so I get the sense that like this home that so are you now let me ask you, Susan, this property that you're talking about, the reason why you called us today, are you moving within the same town, or are you moving like, is this a pretty big move for
No,
you?
it's a it's a huge move. It's 1,500 miles.
Okay, all right. Now, the new location, I just get the sense that like there's something like your health is not good. Like this new location, the reason it's unhealthy is just because, you're not you're having some issues with, like your health. It just doesn't look like this is the right place for you, for like for your physical body kind of thing. And also something else that's very scary is that we are in the heat of a Mercury retrograde, and this is one of those really terrible periods where you don't want to do major life things like real estate kinds of things. I mean, if you had a problem that was caused because of a Mercury retrograde, then you would resolve that during the same time. But I mean, since if this is sounds like it might just be a relatively new endeavor for you. So I mean, this wouldn't really be the right time, because this is going to be where you get stuck with a whole bunch of
Yeah,
everything
it,
is uphill, an
it
uphill
is.
battle.
It is. I have to move.
Yeah.
I have to move. So
So I mean,
yeah,
if
and
you
and that was established before Mercury went into retrograde. The plan for the move. I actually just sold my home, so there's a lot of stuff that has been over the last couple of months in preparation for the move. So it's just fortunate I have to find a place to live. So
do you
during this time.
this is an aside from everything, Susan. Do you need surgery?
Um, but I've been able to not have so.
Okay, Veretta, I'm just curious. Do you get are you picking up kind of a theme or a trend here that Susan's kind of got some health issues, that this move may be the thing, but maybe the main story that we're working with right now, but this is really just sort of a distraction from all this other stuff that's happening on the sidelines, because there's something very dark, like not great, that's happening, and it's all happening behind the scenes. It's not being noticed at all by anybody until it's way too late. So this is sort of why I'm really sort of digging into this healthcare issue, is just because, like this is one of those things that it may not seem like a big issue right now, but in the future, it's going to become a huge regret and disappointment for a lot of people.
Well, yeah, and most definitely here. Health is definitely affected, in even so much that it's in a subtle way you don't even notice, because you're just compromising with it. You're accommodating it. You move forward. You're not thinking much about what that alienating nag in the back of your brain is trying to tell you. It will get worse. You may not bet that it won't get worse. It's one thing. Sorry, it's one of those things where if you're in a position where you don't want it to happen so bad that you just plow on and ignore everything around you, then it happens. So yes, you have to move. You have to move, but you don't have to move there. And that's one of those things where, if this is spirit led, spirit driven, you're very comfortable with doing, by the way. You live by the seat of your pants. And this is, while I'm jumping into the fire right now, I just know it's something I need to do, make it happen. I could say, if you want to go in that direction, go ahead. Just don't land where you intended to land. Check that place out a whole lot more, and understand why, that once you get there, if you land there and go into where they want you to go, not only are you not, you won't you will have a deep depression. Your body will fail you because of intricacies where whatever you're not doing well with right now physically, that will kill you from it. So you're gonna have to, even if you went there, you're gonna have to jump there and leave again, or jump there and take a different apartment. I don't know, but you have to get away from that. You can't jump into the expectation of thinking that you're going to be able to wear earplugs your whole life, or because this is going to be an ongoing thing for a decade at least. And they're not telling people that. So if you have to go in that direction, fine, just don't land there.
Yeah, I feel like
I
that
know
this.
that's
Okay.
scary.
I feel like a lot of
I
this
know
is
that's
a,
scary,
a lot of this is
right?
sort of unnecessary, and a lot of this could be avoided. And I'll just leave you with this, Susan, that if in any of your actions are ever motivated by trying to impress other people, or for the sake of trying to make friends, or to have people in your life, that's going to be the biggest backfire and disappointment of all. That's going to be the those
Okay.
people.
Actually, no. I'm
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm trying to find a place that is convenient to my work so that I can check on my dog. That's the main reason why I'm looking at this place. So
Okay. That
it's
makes
a
me
mile
feel
away
better.
from my work. Yeah, it's a mile
Yeah,
from
and
work, and
okay, keep checking, keep looking. I feel like if you go, well, that would be a better listing for a long full term. But you can get a hold of me at on my website, Beretta Vision,
it's only going to be for a
or
year where I'm landing. It's not going to be for forever. So
yeah,
so
again,
it's just more
your
for
health.
convenience at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. And I got kind of a pull on where you could go, but go ahead and I don't
Where
know
is it saying
necessarily
I need to go? What?
from where you're at right now. I think that it really would. You have to go a little bit more north, northeast of where you're thinking it's going to go. Even though you might feel like that pulls you further out from that setting, um, it really won't be that inconvenient because of either the road it's on, or like the main thoroughfare kind of road it's on, and you're there in 2 seconds kind of thing. Instead of waiting through
Right.
back roads or, surface streets or stop signs or, lights, whatever. So
Okay.
rethink where you're going to land. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
It was great to have you on the show, Susan. Be sure to let us know how it turns out and to subscribe, like, and share. We'll catch up with you real soon.
Thank you.
Take care, and until next time, many blessings. Okay, and we are going to get off to our next call here from area code 213. Hi, you're on Celestial Intersections Radio. May I have your name and date of birth, please?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Jean, and my date of birth is 8/13/82.
8/13/82. All right. 82. And what time were you born, Jean?
2:09 p.m.
And where were you born?
I was born in Shawnee, Oklahoma, which is like Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Okay, all right. And let me pull that up. So, got it. And now, Jean, would you like a general reading today, or do you have a question about an issue?
I would like well, I kind of have a question about my career.
Okay, what's that?
Yeah, so that's pretty. So just what do you guys? I just wanted to know what you guys see about my career because I'm in a position right now. I just started a new job and the company is okay. But I'm being pulled in several different directions. It feels like so. I just wanted to see if you guys can give me some focus on like where, and I'm kind of tired. So I have energy, but I just wanted to see like where you guys see me focusing my energy, like in this company that I just started working for, or like more in my own personal business.
Okay, all right, for sure. Veretta, what you got for Jean about
Yeah.
career?
So probably just look at anything you take a job in right now will help you satisfy or further your self-employment type of career. I feel like you're going to have to work a start a side part-time job. So let's restructure why you think you chose what you did to begin with, and what you think you didn't think you had the whatever to get other jobs. First of all, look at why you think that's so bad for you to want to look in that direction. Well, I don't want to take a job that I'll end up being loyal to and make a lot of people miserable the minute I leave, or I will make them miserable while I'm there, and they will wish I would leave. Um, there's a lot of factors here. So open up to what you really want. Open up to what you really want. What do you want? What was really a cool part-time job? Starbucks, Uber delivery, whatever. It's just anything you want. Get fun. Get creative with it. You're not stuck. You can have more choices. You're not allowing yourself to think you have many choices. You do. You have a lot. So get creative, have fun with this, because it's the side job. It's the side hustle. So what you want to do, and let that what you want to do be the permanent full-time job, and let it be fun.
Okay.
Open up to your surroundings. This is where I picked up that there'll be a lot of things. They're going to come from the east, southeast, east, and south. There'll be a lot of combination. It's what you're wanting to be doing. So you got a lot to pull from the draw. I don't know what that means. And it does have a southwest feel to it. So keep doing what you're doing. Find a job that's going to be the fun side job, and swiftly pick the component of you want the side job to be just that, and allow the universe to bring you what you need in your own gig, doing your own thing, and watch it grow substantially. And that doesn't matter where you're at. You can live anywhere you want. I think you'll move at some point here down the road. I think you've recently seen that, or it's becoming more apparent. So
Moving.
can you give her more about that? Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Jean, did you move recently?
don't bring it to you though.
I didn't move recently, no, but I'm in a situation where I'm like I'm renting, but like there's I guess like by the end of May, I'm supposed to figure out like if I can stay here and buy this property or move. Like that's where I'm at as far as like my moving. But like the whole thing about moving is like money, and so like I just want to make sure like I want to like maximize my talent and my skills, like to bring in the most money. But like I said, like I'm like this job that I took is a full-time job, but it is kind of like it's a full-time job, but it also like is a side thing because I do I run a business as well. So I don't know. It felt kind of like it's kind of lopsided. Like my main business is like a side thing, and like my energy is going to be going towards this new job I took at this company. But I don't know. I just want to feel like I'm balanced in some way as far as like my focus on like where I should be.
What do you do with psychic work? Because I really feel like this is something you would benefit
Hmm.
from.
Oh wow. Yeah, so it's funny you asked me. So I've been doing some readings for myself, but I do tarot readings and I Ching readings and for other people, for myself as well. But yeah, sometimes I can, I just want to get some clarity. I know what
I
I've
think the
pulled for
job
myself, and
I think the side hustle that Beretta's talking about is really using your
uh-huh.
intuition, because like you've got some really nice
Uh,
planets right now coming through your chart for
mhm.
something like to make money through a side hustle, like to do, I don't know, card readings or something like that, however you do it. Like I'll put this on our YouTube stream if you can see those
Yeah.
boxes there. That's
Yeah.
gonna be like the intuitive part of yourself, and this is lining up to
Hmm.
this pink square down here, and that's sort of like where you're at right now for your career. So this is definitely something that you
Hmm.
would benefit from right now. So I mean, if there's anything you can do to
Oh,
develop those skills and to really put that out there more, maybe to do a Facebook post or to join, what is that, club deck, or to go on and jump onto Reddit, just to do free readings for the sake of practicing and getting better at it. That's one of the reasons I
hmm.
started the show, is because having a live format where I'm taking cold calls from people, I can actually practice what I do. I've gotten a lot better as an astrologer because of it. I feel like you would benefit very
Cool.
similarly from doing something like this. So this would be the main
Okay.
takeaway
Okay.
here for you, would be to you really tap into those intuitive arts, because there's some really good money to be made with that, and you would be quite successful with it, and it may even lend into a new career that you didn't even know about.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, that sounds right aligned with what spirit has been telling me and like where I'm going. I've had quite a few people like inquire about getting readings done from, because right now I do it for myself. I do it for like close friends and things like that, like some family members, like some of my sisters, but like yeah, like it seems like more and more people are definitely contacting me to get readings done and things like that. So I'm kind of thinking about offering that. That's interesting.
Yeah, and be sure to subscribe, like, and share our page, because we're going to be posting a lot more spiritual things. And Beretta's a coach; she actually taught me how to channel many years ago. So if you're at all curious about
Oh, cool.
learning some new things, and I don't know what access to these types of teachers is like in your area, but Beretta's absolutely somebody you could work with to sharpen up a lot of those skills, or to
Okay.
perhaps get into some psychic mediumship, some that kind of thing. These are all things that can be taught to you,
Mhm.
but I feel like that you would really
Mhm.
benefit right now from doing that psychic work, and also to expand your skill set from what you do know, because that's going to make it so you can
Yeah.
do more things with other people.
Oh, that's great. Okay, okay, yeah, definitely. I'll reach out and connect with you guys and see. Yeah, it was like a learning platform would be awesome for me. So,
Yeah, for
okay.
sure. So I'm so glad that you called in today, Gene. It was great to have you on the show, and be sure to give
Mm,
us a call back to let
thank
us know how it
you.
turns out.
Awesome. Thank you, Ernesto.
Yeah, take care. Until
Thank
next time, many
you.
blessings.
Bye.
Okay, and we are going to get to our next caller here from area code 310. Hi, you're on Celestial Intersections Radio. May I have your name and date of birth, please?
Yes, my name is Vince Wazonsky. I'm calling from New York. My date of birth is August 10th, 1959. I was born in Poland, and as far as I know and I was told, I was born 7 o'clock in the morning in Poland.
Yes. All right. And you were born in Pila, right?
Yes.
All right. I
How'd you
do have your
know?
chart. I have your chart. I keep everybody's charts. It's always really great. And Poland is sort of an obscure location. And with this atlas being so awkward, of course, it's something I remember. So I got your chart up here, Vince. Now,
Yeah.
do you have a question for me today, or would you just like a general reading about health, love, or career?
A general career.
Okay.
There's
Veretta,
something
what you
new
got for
coming up.
Vince here about career?
Okay. Um, so career, it feels to me like you reached the top, or you reached as high as you can go. Um, um, be the top. After a while, that lateral opposition may become very abrupt or sharp for you, to want to end or discontinue or detach. Um, that's not going to happen so easy. And so I wouldn't know how to tell you to get out of the situation because I think that's not something that people do. Um, at your whatever your company is at, um, they don't really let you go very easily. So I feel like you have a lot going on that you could create an alternate. I don't know. I want to use the word distraction. I don't know what that means. Um, but I'm not seeing you be able to go do anything else either. I don't think you would have to. I think you could retire. Maybe. I don't know. Not much, but.
Well, here's the thing: I just got offered, and I turned down 2 jobs because I got offered another job. One job didn't decline to hire me until I moved into that state because I live in New York, and this job is in Pennsylvania, and they said they can't go forward with my employment unless I get a PA address because of tax purposes. So that job's on hold, and it's for a company that makes bottled water and other stuff like that. But the job that I am starting a week from tomorrow is at a brewery, Boston Beer Company, and they're in Pennsylvania. It's a temp job to hire possible full time, and I'm wondering if that job, if they are going to keep me and take me on full time. But there's also a job that I was fired from back in February because I didn't do anything wrong, but I just couldn't pass the training phase. They make they manufacture drugs, injectable drugs for people, and they said I am eligible for rehire, and I do have a friend on the inside that's trying to get me back in. So I'm wondering if you could see one of these jobs being a permanent possibility till I do retire.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't see either of them being the end result, the real deal, if you will. Now, Ernesto may be able to give you a little bit more detail in that. So I'm going to let him take it from there. But you're not in a box. Don't consider yourself in a box. You're not up against the wall to have to make choices because these are the only 2 that stepped up. That was just stepped up then. So let Ernesto give you some kind of idea about what he's getting. And he'll take it in.
Okay, all right, let me take a look. So, Vince, all right, so you're basically just wanting to know if this job what your career outlook is looking like, right? That's the main thing you want to know about.
Yeah, like if this job's going to work out, if there's something else for me.
Okay, so taking a look at this one, I feel like that this job has stability for now, but it's going to go away spontaneously overnight. Like you wake up and you're not able to, get into the building anymore, or they sold out to some other company that's outsourced in some freaky ass country or whatever. I just feel like that this company, that this job that you're talking about now, that this is not for you. So I do agree with Retta that will go away. I think that there are other job opportunities out there, though, and you will be successful with them. They won't take very long for you to be offered new things, and then I think you're going to get right back into them again. So this job may go away, but you may find one the following week. You're not gonna there's not gonna be the giant gap in work history or to the point where you're gonna have to have conversations with yourself about like what parts of my livelihood am I going to have to cut out because I need to survive to keep a roof over my head, or like living in your car
Yeah.
kind of thing. I don't think it's ever going to get to those situations. I think that's all in the past. You've already been there, done that. So now this is just
Cool.
really just about creating the stability for yourself while you get it, but it's not going to be very long because it is going to go away again. And then I just want you to be aware that this is going to be a consistent theme and a pattern for you that, like over the next, I don't know, couple of months that you're going to be like, what the heck is with me doing all of these odd jobs? But that's just going to be a fixture in your life, is doing odd jobs, and be comfortable with that idea that something may not have the permanence or perhaps, like the stability that you're really looking forward to. It might only just be like a 4 or 6 week assignment kind of thing, but these are going to be the things that pull you through. That's going to be the thing about your career right now, is taking these odd jobs. We had another caller earlier today who was in a very similar situation, and you're going kind of through the same thing where you just have to keep an open mind, because your ego has this idea about like everything that you're supposed to be doing, but that's actually very far from reality, because the reality is I need to do what takes care of me right now, which is this odd thing that's going to go away. So that's sort of the advice of your chart as far as the career is concerned. I don't think that this job that you just signed on to, I don't think that's the one. I think that's going to go away too. So I would keep your eyes out for other opportunities, because they are on the way and they will be presented to you.
Okay, yeah, I'm still applying because it's like a temp to possible hire, so it's fine. And I did take this job because there's a lot of overtime and a lot of potential, for full-time and everything. And with the warm season coming up, it's a brewery, so with the warm season coming up, there's going to be a lot of overtime. So that's why I took the job. And but I'm still looking until I find something permanent, something that's suitable for me. If anything, I'm hoping to go back to this drug company that they'll rehire me. So my friend said, just hang in there. She's going to try to get me back in. It could take a couple months, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, Vince, I do wish you the very best in all of this, and be sure to give us a call back and let us know how it turns out. We are always here for you if you have any other questions.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks so much for giving us a call. We'll catch up with you real soon. Take care and many blessings. Until next time.
All right, bye.
Okay, and we are going to get out to all of our subscribers here. We do have everybody. We're running over time now. The stream does cut off in about 18 minutes, so we are going to kind of move things along just for that reason. And so here we go. Christiana, area code 651. Hi, are you there on the show with me? Can you hear me right now?
Hi, yes, I can.
Perfect. All right, Christiana, let me pull up your chart. Do you have a question for us today, or would you just like a general?
I would like to have get some kind of idea about what would be a good career path for me.
Okay, all right, Veretta, what you got for Christiana for a career path?
Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Sorry, Christiana. All right. So your career path. Pick and choose your battles. Don't think that you want to do just one thing. Your ability to do more than one thing is discernible, but right now, just honestly pick one path. I feel like you're most comfortable in the healing environment, even though you don't feel or seem to think that can bring you money. You can build the clientele that would create a path. Or you can get a little bit more education in the direction you think you'd like to end ultimately, and take little side hustles associated to whatever it is that you want to do in the future. Don't tie yourself down right now to a career. In the making, yes, but not any one career, because once you grab hold of that and become loyal and you're all committed to this company, you're all in, it's going to be hard for you to go down your own path, and your own path is good. you're trying to make happen right now. So do a little bit and make your own happen. Uh, do a lot and jump in there with both feet and do a lot of feet work, doing the hustle, getting it out there, promoting yourself, other people's marketing, whatever. Maybe Ernesto can give you a little bit more about that and narrow it way down to what that should theoretically be for you right now as far as your career path is concerned.
Okay, yeah. So,
Okay,
Christiana,
thank you.
taking a look here at career options for you, I feel like that in a very general sense, that what you're looking for is you're looking for positions in management. You're looking for positions that are creative, things that aren't so structured and rigid, and you're also looking for things that have to do, I want to say, with like to be a caregiver, to work around children, like this would to be not to be a teacher, to be more of like, I can't think of the right word for it, but it's the type
A
of
mother?
person. No, not a mother necessarily. It's just kind of like it's like being a mother, but you don't have those official responsibilities. Like, you did not bear those children; they are not officially yours, but you still care for them in such a way that they were like your own. So it's just kind of like providing for them and giving them, really the education. Like, I feel like that you being a teacher, that would be something else that you would very much be into, if education was something and all that you had thought about. I don't think academia, like to be a professor, to work in a junior college, I don't think that's going to be of interest to you, but like to be a teacher, that kind of thing, that's a little bit more interesting. As far as like actual jobs are concerned, like what you can do to pay the bills, to keep a roof over your head, and to pay the lights, I think that medicine, working in like a doctor's office, to be a secretary, to be those types of things, those would also be other things that you would like to do. Not to mention, you would really enjoy being around people who are just good at what they do.
Okay. All
So
right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what career options you were sort of thinking about, but I really feel that, like if we're talking about as of today, what could be done for a job, you in like research, you in commerce, those would be the types of companies that I would look for, like a research-based company, like maybe they do medical research, or maybe in something that does something with finance out in the industry. That would also be another type of company that you would want to look for. If I do think that you will have some success with it, you may have to work, you may have to move for it. That this may not be something that's really nearby. If you're really truly looking to start a career, I would get prepared for a move. But that's just sort of the main standouts of your chart that I can pick up here. I can get into more detail of that if you have a more specific question on a different show, but that should hopefully give you some great ideas to play with over this next week or so.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Absolutely. It was great to have you on the show. We'll catch up with you real soon. Take care, and until next time, many blessings.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, and we are going to get off to Desmond from area code 216. Hi, Desmond. You're on the show. Would you have a question for me, or would you just like a general today?
Question.
What's your question about?
Yes, I had applied for a job, and they did a background check, and they did a drug test, and I got a call from a third-party company, said tested positive for codeine, but I don't take any type of over-the-counter drugs whatsoever. They said, do I take any over-the-counter drugs? I said, I don't take anything at all. So was it like a false positive test that happened, or I'm like kind of lost the words?
Veretta, what you got for Desmond here?
Okay, Desmond, somehow you got it in your system. Whether it was something offered to you, it was or would have been over the counter if you weren't in this country. So I'm really leaning heavy toward it didn't even come from here. So I would remember or try to backtrack to anybody. Had you ever said to anybody, I got a sinus ache, I got a headache, I got a toothache, I got any kind of ache, and they offered you something? it was right there. I feel like if you were to retest in, so I don't even know. If you were to retest, if you were to challenge that test and retake it again, you wouldn't have it in your system anymore. So that may be something that you should consider trying to do. I don't think it was a false positive. I think that it was something you had in your system intended to have. I don't know if Ernesto can do, and maybe he can do some more with that. I would, like I said, I would backtrack to whatever that day right there around that time frame. Someone might have given you something, and it showed positive for codeine. Poppies show positive for opium, so there's a thing about that. Ernesto, can you give me anything more?
Sure, yeah. So, Desmond, taking a look at this one here for you, I'm more inclined to think that like this may have been a little mishap. It may have been a misunderstanding, regardless of how you want to look at it, or how you want to rationalize or justify the action that went down. I think this is actually the nail in the coffin. I would be surprised if you could recover from this type of thing. I would tend to think that even if you did challenge it, there's going to be a lot of like red tape, and there's a lot of weirdness that, through the company about like, hey, so why are we going to retest somebody who's challenging our drug results? And that leads to questions about like the contract that they have with the testing facility and all these other issues. I really feel like that if you did want to go that route, if it is that important to you, like if it is a dream job, then challenge it. I feel like that would be worth it to you, just to have that peace of mind. But if it's not, if this company is replaceable just as much as the next one, then just don't worry about it. I would just just forget about it and move on to the next opportunity, because I don't think that there's a whole lot of recovery from it. I think that if you did challenge it and look into it and went through all of the tape and all of the questioning and everything else about like why that happened, then you may have some success there. But ultimately, I feel like that it's just going to backfire, and then it's not going to be worth your time. So my advice to you is to just move on to the next job opportunity. And if you're really just wanting to get it done for yourself to make sure that that you're not pegged as like a drug addict or that kind of thing, then by all means go ahead and just just knock it out so you can get that peace of mind.
No, okay, all right. Probably just move on.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Is just move on. There's something better coming up, and I think it's gonna. I actually think it's gonna be more of a company that's in alignment with your own personal interest rather than this one. So, just. It was a bit of a mishap, but it's a learning experience for everybody.
Okay. All right. Well, at least I got some type of understanding and closure, so appreciate it.
At least you got a call back. Congratulations. A lot of people don't even get that far.
All right.
Well, thanks a lot, and we'll catch up with you real soon. Take care, and until next time.
All right.
Okay, and we are so busy here. We have Christine and Patricia, and then we're going to close out the show because I think we'll be lucky if we can get these taken care of in the next 7 minutes. Hi, Patricia, are you there? Can you hear me right now?
Yes, hi.
Perfect. All right, now, Patricia, do you have a question for us, or would you just like a general today?
Yeah, I have a question. The area of relationships. And I just thought I would ask anything that's going to come forth, and that can be business related, work related, personal, social.
Okay, all right. Let's take a look at that. Beretta, what you got for just general on relationships?
Okay, so I feel like there's one in particular that I want to say it could be hostile. It's a mutual friendship or a mutual relationship. I don't know, with someone in common. Feels to me like you've also got a few that are just latchers on. They're there for the good time and the joyride, and that's about it. Nothing more firm. Real subtle, but nothing more firm. And then I feel like you've got a broader term of people would really like to get to know you. You spend a little bit of time with, but it's usually always in common with other people, probably in larger settings. And the feeling is you kind of would like them, but you have no idea who they are or what they're about, and you're not willing to take chances on something that you don't know the pedigree of, so to speak. And that's okay. You keep hanging in there with that. I can see that you will act. What's your birthday again?
July 16th, 1958. And I'm currently in Cleveland, Ohio, so I should have preferenced that I plan to relocate to Las Cruces, New Mexico in the summer.
Good.
So
all right. So that's
in Cleveland, and it would be a mess.
Don't worry about relationships there. Move on.
No.
Move on. One of the things I think that you'll learn is that everybody understands that you truly are leaving, they will be touched as well. So, Ernesto?
Yeah, so Patricia, as far as like relationships are concerned, I feel like that, do you go to church?
No, I have a spiritual practice that I do here at my home.
Do you
have going to church years ago.
Do you have spiritual contacts that you keep in touch with?
No.
Okay, then. So what I'm reading in the chart is actually, since you don't have those people in your life, you're actually calling these people in. So what we're doing right now is we're actually in an alchemical period where you're sort of like, your soul is just sort of saying, hey, I'm here, come find me. Beretta, I think that might be sort of what you're picking up as far as like the future is concerned about other people, is the fact that Patricia is just coming into new contact with a new soul family, and that's going to be a thing. And so your question today, which you bring to us, is what's my general outlook about relationships? That's because your soul's already sort of the mindset, oh, so something is changing, I don't know what that is, now tell me more. So, and I'm here to tell you right now that that's just about your new people that are coming into your new location when you move to New Mexico. That's going to bring in an entirely new set of connections, and I feel like that's going to be the soul tribe that you're really looking for, and it's going to have that spiritual quality or sense that you didn't have in the past.
All right. Oh, okay. That's many things to look forward to.
Yeah, so I mean, my whole, Veretta, you might be able to chime in on this one, but Patricia, my whole thing to you is that when you're doing your meditation practice and kind of planning for the future and that sort of thing, open up your heart chakra to allow for these new energies, these new people to come into your life, because the time is now that you're projecting out there and asking for them, because all of that's getting ready for you to come into your neck of the woods.
Okay. Well, and I've been, as part of my spiritual practice, but also I've been learning and doing my ancestral card spreads and
90 seconds.
Cards. And, and I ask for guidance daily and weekly. Some of it is relationship. And then just wanting to connect with and learn about my ancestors. As I said, just really getting familiar and really using those oracle cards and really deepening my intuition. All right.
Okay, yeah, Patricia, it was great to have you on the show. Be sure to give us a call back and let us know how it turns out.
Thank you. Well, have a good day.
You too. We'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Many blessings. Okay, and the BTR stream is going to cut off here in the next minute or so. But Christine, we are going to get off to you and take your call here from area code 914. And also that, just to let you know that the YouTube stream will still keep on playing. So if you would like to watch my screen and follow along, you can just catch up over at eastrologer.tv. So Christine, hi, are you on the air with me? Can you hear me right now?
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call.
Perfect. All right. So I got you here up. Now, would you have a question for us, or would you just like a general today?
I have a question about career. I just want to say that last caller, I really resonated with her as well. But
Oh, okay. All right, great. So what
I'm
is your
curious
question
about my
about?
career.
10 seconds.
I just moved and into a new house, and I'm still like settling in, but things have been hectic, and my finances are not coming in the way that I want them to. So I'm just wondering about that.
Okay. All right. Veretta, what you got here for Christine?
Christine, so here's the first thing I want to say is you are a manifester, babe. You can make things happen. You're really good at that. And you'll usually get what you need, even though you don't know how you're going to get it. You need by. Well, I think this move for you is going to make things much more plentiful. And you'll find that you'll have more opportunity to create something larger or broader or a bigger scheme than you entirely envisioned. So just give yourself a minute to acclimate to your surroundings. Even if you've gotten just a job recently, that's okay. Don't be miserable for any of your time. Just know that you'll have other jobs come up very shortly, and then or those can be like self-employment opportunities along the way. You're more self-employment than you are corporate world. But you may start in that direction at some point. You get a lot of experience at that level. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what it takes you to get. I want to say get your attention first, but we'll see what it takes to have that happen. And I think you'll start realizing you're getting all kinds of signs as to where you should go, how you should connect, goals that you can meet while you're there. You've got a lot to benefit from. Ernesto, can you give us some more?
Yeah,
Thank you
so
so
I'm
much.
taking a look at a couple of things here in your chart, Christine. So my biggest question to you right now is, would you say or agree that there is this general theme of nastiness in your life?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we're on the same page about that. So this is temporary. This is just a thing that you're just kind of going through. It's probably been an ongoing sort of building up to this, and now it's all coming to a head, and it's really unpleasant. So your main question was sort of about the career. So when we look at this, let me make that note here on the page. Got it? So this is going to be Meridian Mars. This concerns your job. That's at 7643. Okay, so as far as the career is concerned, I feel like that there are some changes that you could make, but they're not really going to be realized right now. So what that means is that, you may be working on something, but like I'm working on a textbook, for example. And I plug away at this every single day. It doesn't do anything to line my pocketbook, it doesn't really do much of anything, financially for me, except to make me feel better emotionally that I created this project and that I'm working on it. That's about the only takeaway that I can say about this right now. So because I'm having this experience, that this is something that I'm working on. Something very similar is kind of going on with you, where you're being inspired to create something, but it's not really lining your pockets or giving you much fulfillment, financially or otherwise, except for, again, that peace of mind of I'm doing something that makes me feel good. I don't know what that creative endeavor or activity is. You might have more of an idea than what I do, but I want to say that it's going to lean more towards like the spiritual or the psychic, that this is going to be perhaps, like a publication or a guide or like a mini ebook kind of thing, that this is going to be something that you can get out there, and in the right now it's not going to give you what you're needing, but in the future you will start to see that that's going to pay off. So like after this is done and you've set the foundation for yourself of how you can start expanding your business or your ideas or thoughts, then it can lead into new and bigger and better things. So I think that that's really going to be the main thing that you'll be dealing with here over the next couple of months now, is just sort of ungluing yourself from this screwed up situation that you're dealing with in life, which is literally everything, and figuring out what is that happy place in my mind that I can work on. If this is that could be a creative writing thing. It could even be, like doing needlework, some arts and crafts kinds of thing that you really enjoy. Pull yourself away from the cancer and focus on the joy in your life, and make that your main shtick. Focus on that one thing and just keep doing it, and that will turn into some the finances and the money that you're really looking for. You just don't see that right now, and it may not even make sense to you. You might know what I'm talking about, because this is all making sense to you, but it again just sort of reiterates that conversation, like, why did I pass that up before? Oh, now I get it, because, this is supposed to be something else for me. So I hope that makes sense to you. Are you following along this at all?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it does.
So this is going to be the main takeaway for your chart right now. I feel like that as far as what you can do right now, as far as looking at those aspects of your life, let me see here. The main thing is just going to be like the ugliness. Just stay the heck away from that, because it's gonna want to keep bearing its ugly head to get your attention, to create the anger in that.
Okay.
And all of that stuff, but that's just a distraction. So ignore that story and focus on what brings you joy in life. That's how I live my life, is I only focus on what brings me joy, and I've really been surprised how much of that other nonsense just gets cut away and falls by the wayside.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm emotional. I appreciate that. I needed to hear that.
Absolutely. Well, it was great to have you on the show, Christine. Thanks so much again, and we will catch up with you real soon.
Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you.
many
God bless you.
blessings. Take care. Okay, and that is it for our show for today. Wow, we were really over time. We ended about 36 minutes ago, but we've been so busy. Thank you so much to all of our new callers and to our guests and our subscribers. Really means a lot that you choose us to come out and ask all of your burning life questions too, because there's something like 20,000 some odd psychic reading shows on Blog Talk Radio. So it truly does mean a lot to us that you would choose us out of all of those other options. So we will be back with you guys again on Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. for a 1-hour program. Remember, for all other things Uranian Astrology, be sure to check out eastrologer.tv, and VerettaVision.com is how you can get a hold of Veretta. Don't forget, we do have our subscriber special, 30 minutes for $100, and you do get both of us, so you can ask any range of questions that you want to get knocked out of the way. We can take care of that for you. Veretta, as always, thank you so much for joining me. It's been terrific. I really love doing this with you here today, and I'm so glad that we had a busy, fulfilling show.
Yes, it was wonderful. Great way to start a Sunday.
Terrific way to start the week, and I wish you all the best of this new week that's coming up here. You guys take care, everybody, and until next time.
Bye-bye.
Good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you for using Blog